everybody. Happy Money Monday. We're back with another episode, another round. I've lost track of how many we've done at this point, but you know me, I'm consistent. I'm here. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm hoping you're having a wonderful, wonderful Money Monday and that you're ready to get into this topic. Hey, Octavia. Thank you for stopping by. Today, we're talking about getting out of debt. Hey, look at Melinda stop by. I appreciate y'all. We got a CPA in the house, y'all. All right. Today's topic, get out of debt. I know it's not the favorite of a lot of us. For some, it's even traumatic. But understand, I got you. Your wealth best friend is here. I'm just here to be a guide, a no judgment space holder for you to just be calm, figure out your plan, be uplifted, empowered, motivated, and know that it's going to be okay. Debt, in our country, the majority of Americans are in debt. So you are not alone. That's the number one thing to remember. But we want to be in that other side of the population that is not in debt, especially not consumer debt. So please understand, take a breath. We're going to get through this. Like, y'all know me. Y'all see these degrees? I'm over here plotting and planning and strategizing to get away from Sally Mae. She is my only debt other than the mortgages. I always forget about the mortgages, but I'm on a plan. I'm on a 7-year plan with those. So I'm in the same position as y'all, but I'm here to tell you, you can do this, whether it's auto debt, whether it's personal loans, whether it's credit cards. You can get out of debt, and you will get out of debt as long as you want to. So I know I've said the word a lot, but what does it mean? What is debt? It's money owed. It's when you borrow from someone. It could be a person. It could be a business. It could be an organization. It could be anybody, but you owe them money. And sometimes we go into debt intentionally and we take out loans, like I took out home loans, or we go into debt for something we don't even realize, and that happens too. But, and this is the worst part of debt, because sometimes you don't realize the mistakes that you've made until after you've made them. Usually when we go to repay the money that we owe, sometimes it's on a schedule that can be fixed, or sometimes it's what's called revolving. There isn't a schedule, maybe a minimum payment, that's it. It costs you more than what you borrowed. And that's what we really have to watch out for. How much is this actually going to cost me in the long run? Because everybody thinks short term, I can make that monthly payment. That sounds easy. $99 this, I got that. Yeah, the problem isn't now. The problem is if your life falls to heck and you lose everything that you currently have, that job, that saving, what then? I'm in debt. And now it's getting more expensive and what I purchased isn't worth that. How do I escape? Well, like I said, this can be traumatic for some because they have experienced the loss that they didn't expect, and it's put them in financial ruins or financial straits. It's okay. You can come back from that. You can escape. You can pay off your debt, and you just have to be intentional and patient about it. And you also have to give yourself grace. That's most important. Grace. You have to, number one, pay attention to your money. In the beginning, you might have to be drastic. You might have to go to the envelope method or have a budget / spending plan is what I like to call it. Just knowing where each and every dollar is going in that month, in that quarter, in that year. You do it for as long as it takes you to be more intentional about what you're spending, about what your bills are, about what debt you're taking on. And that's the only reason. You don't stay in that place. It's to give you an idea. It's to make you feel like you've got a handle on things. Sometimes people need a little bit more than the budget, the spending plan. They need an accountability partner. Sometimes they just need to see the money and see that I had 11,000 and now for some reason this bank account is saying 1. How did that happen in 2 days? Just being more intentional with your money is going to help that. For me, I use apps. I like to simplify. Mint tells me when I get money because I'm a money avoidant. I tell y'all that all the time, which means I'm not paying attention. I just know I'm working. I just know the money is coming, but I don't need to know when every dollar comes into my account. But there are ways to manage that. Mint tells me, hey, you got a deposit. Oh, okay. Well, I'll look at that. I'll check to see if it's the right amount. I'll be more intentional about my money. And my bank tells me when money's going out, when I'm spending. The minute I swipe that card, I get an alert on my phone. So not only am I trying to tell myself, hey, be more intentional about what you're spending. Can you walk away from this cash register and tell yourself exactly what you just spent? No. Okay, well, you got a second chance because now you can look down at your phone and see, oh, that was $325. Wow. Okay. And that's what it's for. It's to make you more intentional. So that's what I've done to make myself more intentional. I've gotten away from writing down every dollar that I spend, and now I can move on to just using the apps, and you'll find what works best for you. Hey, Delmar, thanks for stopping by. You will find what works best for you. It does not have to be painful. If it is painful, find something else. Try something else. I didn't like writing down. I didn't like, what else have I tried? I've had an automated budgeter. I've had an app that would transfer money for me when it saw, oh, well, you got some. You could say it was embezzling from me. It was always saying money. And I was like, no, Digit, calm down, chill out. Try them. If it doesn't work, try something else. Second of all, you have to make sure that you have an emergency fund. And what that takes is you're looking at your budget and you're finding out, okay, well, I didn't save any money this month. Maybe next month I'm going to save $10 or $100 or do it in percents so that you're just like, okay, 10% of whatever comes in, I'm going to save that and I'm going to figure it out with the rest. I'm not going to have access to that money. Doing that, I got up to a 50% savings rate at one point. Didn't even notice. And I was still spending. I was buying clothes. I was buying anything and everything I wanted, but I was saving 50% of my money. So it didn't actually matter what I had left in my account because I knew I had already saved. I don't have to worry about doing the opposite. So that's one thing that'll help you get out of debt. Having an emergency fund. My emergency fund just saved my dog's life because if I hadn't had that 50% a month savings rate, I wouldn't have had the thousands of dollars that I needed to pay for his care. And he needed a whole surgery. I wasn't about to put my dog down, but that is one time that people normally find, well, let me just go to this credit card. So if I would have gone to the credit card, even though I have excellent credit, it's still going to be 12% more than the actual charge. So his surgery would have cost me over 12% more yearly. Nah, player, what we not about to do is that. It was already expensive enough. We not getting more expensive. So having your emergency fund allows you to stay out of debt because you have the money. It'll allow you to walk into a dealership and buy a car in cash and walk your little tail on out. You can do more when you don't have to deal with debt. And it gives you the peace of mind. Okay, I don't have to have this job right now.
Like I can sustain because I don't have a whole bunch of bills and I don't have a whole bunch of debt, and I can plan for the debt that I have. So I know Sally Mae here, the mortgage is here, that's all I got to pay for. Versus knowing, okay, now I got to pay this credit card bill, I've got to pay for my car, it's a simpler life. So your budget actually gets more simplified once you start getting out of debt. Let's go to number 3 and the last one. Write down the debts. I know. We don't want to see the debts. We don't want to know what they are. Write them down. Write them all down. Even the mortgages. Write down the things they call the good debt. Write them all down. You want to know the whole picture of what you're dealing with, all of the interest. If you need help with that, like I said, I have the student loan debt, so my recommendations are always targeted towards that. But you can use unburymE.me, and it's actually made for student loans, but you can put any debt in there. It will show you for free the avalanche or the snowball method. I know you hear all the gurus talking about that. Just know avalanche is all about paying off your highest debt first. I only recommend that for people who are okay with the slow and steady wins the race. Usually with that, you will pay less interest, but it's not an instant gratification like payoff. It's going to be years before you're actually paid off and at least paying off one debt. But after that, it falls very, 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 very fast. Versus the snowball method is for those who need those immediate wins. Like, let me pay off this $50 debt and feel like, you know what? I did my part. I'm getting out of debt. I'm doing that. That's for you. Because you're now going through and you're paying off the smallest debt, and then gradually you'll get to attacking the biggest debt. You'll pay more interest, but psychologically it's like, oh, I paid off 4 loans already, and it's only been 3-4 months. That's all you need to know about that. But like I said, unbury.me will give you a great visual representation of your debt. It'll tell you when you'll get it paid off. And it's just really, really helpful. If you get stuck, then it might be time to call in help. You got your Wealth Best Friend here. I do consultations. It's a no judgment zone. It's just like Money Mondays. You just get time to yourself to kind of talk about this, to go through things, to really focus on your goals, to just be you, have somebody to talk finances with. I love this stuff. I talk about finance all the time. And you get somebody who's going to try and help you in the way that works best for you versus putting you in a box and saying, you know what, you need to be saving 20%. You need to be getting at this retirement. I'm not judging you. We're going to work. We're going to work together. You're going to understand and be empowered. And one of the things that I want you guys to know before you go is I love watching Netflix Money Explained. And I really do think it would be great if you guys watched the credit card Money Explained, because it'll help you understand that while credit cards have their benefits, you are, and with anything financial, you have something that's waiting for your fall. They're waiting for your demise in your pocket. They benefit the most when you forget, when you miss a payment, when you go into debt. And so they want this for you. It's the whole reason why I created a Wealth Best Friend, because we really, at least in America, don't have many outlets that are looking out for us. Like just thinking about us versus, okay, how am I going to get this paycheck from this person? We don't have that. I got an email from my bank today and I had to laugh because it was like, oh, should you pay off your debt first? you guys hold my debt. Of course you don't want me to pay off my debt first. But okay, yes. Send this email and act like you care. That's what we're going to do. I just want you guys to know you have somebody who is here wanting to educate and empower and helping you realize you can do this. You can live the life that you're dreaming of. It just takes having people in your corner, lifting you up, motivating you to do what you got to do. You got this. So if you guys have any questions, Money Monday, I'm here all day. I love Insta. I'm here for you guys. I will see you next week. All of June. I can't believe it's June, y'all. We will be talking about debt. Next week, we're going to talk about death and debt. What happens when you die with debt? What's really going to go on? So we'll talk about that. But if you have any questions, please, please, please let me know. I'll see y'all next week. Thank you for stopping by.